If you've ever said, I know I shouldn't feel this way, I want you to notice something. That moment is usually the moment your emotions get louder. Because the problem usually isn't the emotion. The problem is the fight with the emotion. Today, I want to teach you a simple 4-step method for emotional regulation. It's called IVEC. I stands for identify. V stands for validate. E stands for embody. And C stands for cope. And the whole point of this is regulate first, then cope. So first, let's talk about what emotions are. I want you to think of emotions like an energy, like a force. They have a momentum, they have a vibration to them. They're also like a blinking yellow light, like a yield sign. They're trying to get your attention and say, hey, something's going on. But most of us were conditioned to do the opposite of regulation. When an emotion shows up, we judge it. We label it as bad or uncomfortable or not okay. And then we try to get rid of it fast. We change the song, we change the show, we scroll on our phones, we distract, we shut it all down, and we do that so automatically that we don't even realize we're doing it. But here's the reality. As adults, we often have to unlearn what we were taught about emotions and relearn how to do emotions in a healthy way. So let me give you a simple example that I use with all my clients. So imagine a toddler. They find a tiny rock in the carpet and they put it in their mouth. A parent nearby catches it and they take the rock away. What happens next makes total sense. The toddler gets angry. They tantrum, they protest. That's not a problem. That's a normal nervous system response. But what teaches the child about emotions isn't the anger. It's how the parent responds to the anger. A lot of us grew up with some version of this. The tantrum, it gets labeled as bad. The child gets punished or shamed, and the message becomes, this feeling is wrong. So the child learns from a really young age to turn emotions off. Not because they can, but because they're trying to stay safe, loved, accepted, and ultimately not rejected. And that's where shame starts to get wired in. Now, imagine a different kind of parental response. The parent takes the rock away. The child tantrums, and the parent calmly says, you're angry. You're mad I took the rock from you. And then they add something like this. And it's okay to be angry. That right there is the beginning of emotional regulation, because what they're doing is helping the child's system stop fighting itself. So let's bring this to the method itself. Here's IVEC. Step 1, identify. Just name the emotion. Not the story, not the explanation, just the emotion. I'm angry, I'm anxious, I'm sad, I'm ashamed, I'm overwhelmed. That's it. Step 2 is to validate. This is the piece most people skip. Validation doesn't mean you like the emotion. It's not enabling it. It means you stop arguing with reality. So you say something like, and that's okay. This makes sense. Of course I feel this. This is allowed to be here. So you might say, I'm angry, and that's okay. And when you do that, something really important happens. There's less internal conflict. It's no longer, I'm angry and I shouldn't be angry. It becomes, I'm angry and that's okay. That alone starts to calm the nervous system, because regulation begins when your emotional system and your thinking system stop fighting each other. Now, step 3 is to embody. This is where you go into the body, because emotions aren't just thoughts. Emotions live in the body. So after you identify and validate, you ask, where do I feel this? Is it in my chest, my stomach, my throat, my face, my jaw, my hands? Is my heart beating faster? Is my breathing shallow? Do I feel hot or cold? Are my shoulders tensed? Is my jaw clenched? Are my feet gripping the floor? Here's the key. You're not judging it. You're just getting curious. You're saying, okay, this is here. Where is it in my body? So the 3 regulation steps are identify, validate, and embody. And then step 4 is cope. Coping comes last on purpose because I don't want you reaching for a coping skill as a way to avoid the emotion. I want you to regulate first and then choose a tool. Coping can be things like paced breathing, box breathing, grounding, like naming 5 things you see, finding all the red things in the room or taking a short walk, drinking water, journaling, or reaching out to someone. But the point is, coping works better after regulation starts. So the full IVEC sequence is identify, validate, embody, and cope. Now, let's do a quick example together. Think of a mild emotion you felt recently. Not your biggest trauma, not the heaviest thing, just something real. Ready? Identify. I feel blank. Validate, and it's okay, or that makes sense. Embody. I feel it in my blank. And then cope. Take 1 slow breath in and a longer breath out. And that's IVEC. It's quick. And it's a skill you can practice daily with small emotions so that it's there when the bigger emotions hit. Because emotions are signals. Just like physical pain gets your attention when something's off, emotions are trying to get your attention too. If we avoid them, they don't disappear. They actually tend to stick around and build up and show up later as anxiety, shutdown, irritability, or stress in the body. So if you want a simple daily practice, once a day, pick 1 moment. Traffic, a stressful text, that tight feeling before a meeting, and run IVEC, run this model. Identify, validate, embody, cope. If you want, comment the emotion you get stuck in the most. Anxiety, shame, anger, overwhelm, and I'll make a follow-up video with examples. And just a quick note, this is education, it's not therapy. If you're dealing with intense trauma symptoms or you feel unsafe, please reach out to a licensed professional in your state. I'm John Pelican, and this is Therapy with John Pelican.